To a large extent, the people that fall into depression, the people that start smoking drugs or taking drugs, are people that don't know what the meaning of their lives is. So how then can you come to a point whereby you find meaning for your life? So there are various ways of going about finding meaning, because when you don't know the meaning of your life, then it's easy to acquire bad habits, to acquire bad personality characteristics and traits, and to become someone who is without a reason to live. And without a reason to live, then suicide rates go up, depression rates go up. So you must find things that add value to your life and add value to other people. So it's in giving to other people that you'll also get to find yourself. So when you give love, when you give money, when you give and share things out of a cheerful heart and a joyful heart, then you'll be content, because in all of life's circumstances, be it bad or good, there exists a meaning and a reason to live. Because the researchers at Yale University have found that most of the victims or the victims of war that came back from captivity during the Vietnamese War came back and said that although the conditions of their captivity was horrible, let's say they suffered great torture, hunger, and all the negative things that you can think of, although all those things were negative, they found meaning in their experience. They found that the event was empowering. They got to grow and to learn something out of it. So this goes to show that in all situations, meaning can be found. And one other study found that the people in Australia, there was a poll done for the general public, found that the people that they hold in high esteem, or the people they respect the most, are not the people that you would think they would respect, like musicians, politicians, leaders, or any other thing that you might think of, like your doctors and etc. and etc. To a large extent, the people that they respect or hold in high esteem are the people that can overcome horrible situations with their heads held high. They can confidently overcome some of the world's challenging events and some of the world's challenging troubles. So if you can have a positive attitude in bad times, then they will hold you in high esteem. Everyone has in them the power to withstand and to overcome all kinds of situations. Everyone can find meaning in all of life situations. All of us are born into different families. We are born into different circumstances. Some people are born into richer families, others into poor families, or like there are people across both extremes of like being good conditions, and some are born in some of the harshest of conditions. But all people have in them the power to become something great and the power to overcome all situations, because now meaning can be found in any situation in life. So the one thing that you must understand about meaning is that, like love and hope, meaning cannot be bought, right? So without the reason to feel love, then love cannot ensue. Just like laughter, right? You cannot ask someone to laugh and then they laugh genuinely. In order for someone to laugh genuinely, you have to tell them a joke. You have to give them a reason to laugh. Likewise, there has to be a reason for someone to laugh. There has to be a reason for you to experience meaning, to find meaning in your life. So it's in this pursuit of meaning, it's in this search of meaning that you will find yourself becoming a better version of yourself. Everything takes effort, right? In order to share love, to give love, and to receive love, you have to put in effort. You have to give love to receive love abundantly. To a large extent, people forget that they were designed for a purpose. God has designed us to rule. God has designed us to be great. God wants us to win in life, in everything, in every sphere of life, regardless of the situation that you find yourself in. All of us have the ability to experience joy in any circumstance, to rise above and to look at any situation with a new and a fresh perspective, with a new attitude. And then it's in us looking or having a positive attitude, regardless of the circumstances outside of us, that we get to overcome all circumstances and to level up in life. There are various ways of like finding meaning in life. You can either find meaning in life by doing things, by reading books, by giving to others, by sharing what you have with others, by providing value for others, and etc. and etc. So it's in giving and it's in helping people that you will get to derive a sense of meaning in your life. And another way of finding meaning is like being in company of people who have found meaning in their lives, people that are doing great things in their lives. So it's in you being with them that you will get to experience a sense of meaning, because good things are contagious. Likewise, bad things are contagious. If you're in a space whereby there are people that are doing positive things, and people that are winning in life, people that seem to have figured life out or seem to have a positive attitude in like approaching circumstances or challenging circumstances, and they view those circumstances as like opportunities of growth, then you also adopt their mentality and you also get to grow and to become your best self. Whereas if you're in a position whereby you're spending a lot of time with people that view situations and view events in a negative light, then you also get to adopt some of that, and then your life will seem hopeless. You'll feel like your life lacks meaning or is empty. So anyone in this planet can rise above any challenge and can look at that challenge with a positive attitude, and then they can find meaning in any sphere, in any area. Because if prisoners of war that were tortured, they were hungry, and etc., were able to find meaning in a negative situation, you too can find meaning in all kinds of situations, whether you're in horrible situations or you're in good situations. The other way of finding meaning is like through death. Most of the things that we worry about, most of the things that cause us to stress, to worry, to fear, and etc., fade away when death is in place, right? When you think about your last day on earth, like sometimes you have to ask yourself, like, if this was my last day on earth, would I worry about what I'm worrying about? Would I worry and care about the things that I care about? Because now you wouldn't necessarily care about what people think about you. Let's say you want to start a business. Let's say you want to start YouTube. You want to do something great. You want to add value to others, and etc. Sometimes the worry of what people might say, what your family might think, or what your friends might say about you doing what you're thinking of doing might be holding you back. So you don't need to be in a space whereby you're left with a few weeks to live in order for you to go all out for your dreams, because like our life is like a movie, right? A movie is made up of like many images, hundreds of thousands of images, if not millions. And then the movie is only complete when the last image is added. The whole meaning of the movie is understood when the last image is added. But you must also understand that each and every image in that movie carries in itself the meaning. It carries some sort of meaning. It carries a story, right? So it's in the combination of all those different stories that you get to understand the whole meaning of like the movie. So sometimes in life you will not get to the point whereby you understand the meaning of your life until the very last days, until you're very old, whereby you can look back in your life and look back at the experiences that you had, that you can come to a point whereby you understand why you lived the life that you lived, and you get to celebrate and to enjoy and to be grateful for all the experiences that you've had. Because each and every day we are dying to ourselves. Everything that you do on a daily basis, like when you wake up the next day, you're not able to go back to change anything. It's stored safely in a place whereby you can't alter it, you can't change it, you can't do anything. So refrain from living life from the past. Let's say you've done horrible things, right? You have to accept that you did what you did and then it is done. So now you have to rise above and make it your responsibility to level up in life, to come to a point whereby you do good and you do what is possible. Because like I like to compare life to chess, because in chess, right, there are two ways of playing chess. You can either just wing it and just play whatever move that makes sense, whatever move comes to your mind, or you can play the best possible moves in each and every position, whether you're losing or you're winning. If you continue to play the best possible moves, you don't know, maybe the odds may come into your favor. Maybe your opponent makes a mistake and then blunders and you play the best move, and then the advantage shifts to you. So if you're in a winning position, if you play the best possible moves, then you solidify, you win. Because if you make mistakes, then you change the odds of life. Life is different for each and every individual. Our experiences are different, but all people can experience bad emotions. All people can find themselves feeling empty and feeling that like there's a vacuum inside of them that needs to be filled. So right now, the one thing that I can encourage you to do is that you need to find God. You need to understand why you were created, because it's in knowing who created you and why they created you that you will have a reason to live. Because without the reason, then there's no point in doing anything. Without the reason, there's no love. Without a reason, there's no joy. Without a reason, there's no laughter. So you have to find a reason for life. And then it's in you embracing that reason for life, and that you will get to grow. Because you have to understand that God created us to thrive, right? He created us to be beautiful, to make lives easier for other people, to enjoy life, to overcome all kinds of things. Because in this life we'll experience many different things. We'll experience many good things, we'll experience many bad things. So in a lifetime, let's say you live up to be 100 years old, you will experience many different things, right? You'll experience good people, you'll have good encounters with people, and also you'll have bad encounters with people. You will have good moments, sad moments, you will laugh, you will cheer, you will cry. Like, life is balanced, right? So there's no point in like focusing on one element. So you must also understand that every day that goes by, you can't go back to it, you can't change it. So there's no point in living in the past. Like, forgive people, forgive, right? So it's forgive, because God forgave you. So God gave you life. He gave you life. So you have to give life and forgive people. So it's in you forgiving people that you also get to forgive yourself, right? So whether you're feeling a sense of shame or a sense of guilt or whatever it is, take responsibility for those feelings. Accept that you did whatever you did that made you to feel that way, and then now you have to live. Make it your responsibility to live a life that is pleasing, to make it your responsibility to make the best possible moves in every situation that you find yourself, to level up and to rise above and to contribute to society, to live for others, to contribute and to make other people's lives easier, because it's in you doing those things that you get to live a life that is purposeful. Because in living for yourself, there's no joy in living for yourself and providing for yourself, because whether you're a billionaire or a multimillionaire or whatever, like, if you're only living for yourself, there's only so much that you can give to yourself. There's only so much that you can do for yourself that it don't bring you joy. Because now when you have 1 billion to spend on yourself, what are you going to do? Because you can buy all the best of things in the world. You can afford to buy anything, and then you can give yourself anything. But if you're not contributing to other people, if you're not sharing what you have, then you'll feel empty inside. Because what's the point? What's the point of life if you can afford to have everything but you're giving nothing? So it's in giving, right? It's in giving love. It's in forgiving people. It's in practicing all the best of things, right? That you will find your meaning in life. It's in being in the right environment. So I also say this understanding that all of us find ourselves in different situations, right? Maybe you're one of the people that think that there's no hope in life. There's no hope in doing anything. But I want to remind you that of the many people that have committed suicide and those that have attempted suicide, they are also survivors. And most of the people that survive suicide come back to be grateful that they didn't die, because it's in them trying to kill themselves that they came to understand the meaning of their life. So sometimes it's in the verge of death, or before you can die, that you get to see that there's a lot to live for. There's a lot to be grateful for, because now if you're alive, then that's something to be grateful for, because you have life, right? If you can wake up in the morning, then that's something to be cheerful and grateful for, because there are a lot of people that are sick. There are a lot of people that are experiencing tough situations that they think mentally that they cannot pull themselves out of, and a lot of people die every day. So if you have life, then that's something to be cheerful for. If you're in good health, right, then that's something to be cheerful for, because the moment you worry, the moment you stress over non-issues, over issues and etc., the moment you deprive yourself of joy, then you're robbing your future self, you're robbing yourself, you're robbing your health and etc.